I'm in Plaza de Almeida, La Palma. I'm going to be painting the scene here and trying to get a balance of the composition of that large palm tree top left corner. Nice shadows, diagonal shadows coming across that building. That's what attracts me to the scene. Maybe some figures in there as well. Figures going down these steps, figures coming in from the road, top left corner. Light, as I say, light coming from the left. Shadows coming across the scene. Nice 45-degree shadows on that building as well. Lots of light and dark. Nice colours of the bushes. Shape of the palm tree. Let's see how we get on. Well, excuse the sun on the paper. Sometimes it can't be avoided when you're doing plein air painting. There's various noises around here in this square, so please excuse the background noises. Anyway, the scene, getting a pencil outline sketch first of all, and as always try and position the composition, a balance of the main objects. So we've got a palm tree top left, got the shadows coming across the scene, brightly lit building with a nice balcony. I'm going to ignore the Christmas statue in front of the scene. Anyway, the main objects. So, thinking about the palm tree sort of around about there, and then the white building faces coming out a bit like that, and then the corner of the building down the other side, and there's a building over to the left. We've got these shadows coming across. That's in the shade. Shadow there. Light. Let's get this palm tree trunk in. There are some figures in the scene as well. So that's the palm tree. Come to the figures in a minute. The crown of the palm tree is around about there. Balcony. There. Very striking blue paintwork against the white walls. So we've got shadow here. And then the steps leading up to the entrance of this little park square are there. Let's have some figures. Let's imagine them in the shade. Going down the steps. Maybe a figure, so that's going to be shade. I need something light here. Well, that's this brightly coloured shrub. Maybe a lightly coloured figure here, coming towards us. Shadow from that. Shadow from the corner of the building. All right, I need to fill in what's happening on the right hand side. And there's a prominent sort of pillar with a ball on the top. And we've got those mountains in the background. Should I bother doing those? No. There are some mountains above the top of the house, but I'll not bother putting those in. Okay, double check everything. The figure coming towards us, two figures there. Blue. The bright house with the blue paintwork. There's a little narrow window in there, window in there, window there. Just enough details to suggest what's going on. All right, down to some painting then. Let me just tell you the materials I'm using. I've got Saunders Waterford cold pressed paper, 300 grams, 140 pounds, and it's 8th Imperials, so it's 11 and a half. It's 11 by 8 and a half, something like that. Anyway, paints are by Mark Jackman in the UK, handmade watercolour paints and brushes. I'll be using this Tintoretto size 6 mop brush. Plan here is, of course, go from light to dark, and the building is going to be white. So white down there, white there. Let's get in the sky first. Not too dark. And it doesn't matter if I go over these buildings here. And then the road. The road is going to be a bit warmer, so a burnt sienna. I should say the paints I got a white gouache, cadmium yellow, cadmium red, alizarin crimson, ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, viridian green, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, and neutral tint. So, road, bit of burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, and that figure's going to be white. Across the figures, this little post with a ball on the top, There we are. Next will be the shadow on the building. And that is all sorts of colours going on there. Greens, blues. So try and alternate those colours as they go through. And I got the little bit of shadow underneath the rooftop as well. Let's mix my shadow here. So just supplementing that sky wash I had, bit of alizarin crimson, and do a test. Don't go too dark, it will dry a little bit lighter, of course. The trunk of the tree is a little bit lighter on that left-hand side, just to avoid going over that. Ultra blue, burnt sienna. We've got these diagonal shadows going across the scene. Nice sort of 45-degree angle. And then down to the ground level we go a bit darker. Got to be careful around the figure. Keep that figure nice and light. Down to the road, and there's some little troughs and things. Go really dark in the left-hand side, and then we'll come out. Dark on the white building, so kind of greyish. Kind of a greyish colour. Again, it's going to go really dark down towards the bottom. Too much paint on the brush. Around the figure, not so sure at this stage that figure's going to be light or dark. Actually, it might look quite quite nice here. Light figure there against the dark. Light figure there against the dark. Might go with that. Got some darkness down the side of that building. Even though that post is darker than the dark in the background, I'll keep it lighter. And there's some shadow in the bottom right corner from a Norfolk Island pine tree. Okay, rooftops and the left-hand side as well. So that left-hand side is going to be yellow colour. Sort of just blends in with the shadow there. Rooftops. Get a little bit of red, cadmium red, and a little bit of burnt sienna. Nope, it's too blue. Cadmium red. Something brown for the windows. That distant building on the left-hand side. Just let that dry before I put the palm tree in. Actually, I could put the tree trunk in. Dark towards the base. Is this dry? Do the blue of the windows. Right, figures. Let's do the figures and then do the palm tree leaves. Then we're just about ready to pull it all together. Left-hand figure. And the right-hand figure, keep that light clothing, bit of shade on the right-hand side, and then not too dark with the trousers. I think getting one leg first of all and then decide where the other leg is going. Maybe a bit of shadow from those as well. Shadow from there. Right-hand building, which is going to be another, we'll go for another ochreish building. It's fairly plain. Get down to the park. Palm tree leaves, bit of viridian green, bit of that cadmium yellow, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, and
where's she going now?
get in. Palm tree leaves, bit of dry brush. Bit darker on the right hand side. Get a bit of trim to the buildings. And bit of that red, tropically bush just below the palm tree. This figure here, although I said white, I think it just needs to be a little bit just a little bit of shadow on the right hand side of the figure. Right, change brush. Smaller brush for some details. Trim on that corner. Doorway in the balcony. There's a big doorway here. Excuse the fan going. There's some cables going across. It's actually quite nice sort of connecting that corner of the building with whatever's going on the right hand side. There's a cable there. I need to add a bit more definition to the trunk of the palm tree. Getting some of the green shrubs.
You get a bottle of water. Oh, we just got the info with that.
Just add a little bit of definition to the pathway here. Add a little sort of feeling of the gradient of the place. And I think that is about it. Just check if I've left anything out. I think I've got the main things in. Let's just peel this away. In fact, let's just take this off. I'm just going to run through. Okay, so sunny little square, palm tree, shadow, nice shadow shapes. Trying to keep it loose, trying to keep it quick. Just get the essence of the scene in. Palm tree, top left corner. Yeah, trying to get a balance of the composition there, and that little pole, the pillar over on the right, kind of balancing everything out a little bit. Hope you like that. Catch up with you on the next one.